This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al, Erica, and Tori, and we're looking back on some of the most buzzworthy celebrity stories that got all of us talking, like the time Nicole Kidman said that her husband, Keith Urban, has no issue with her steamy sex scenes. Jeff didn't buy it. Watch.
He definitely cares.
You do think so?
Yes, for sure. That's a good relationship. You give the answer that you think is right. Oh, of course, Jordan doesn't care what I do. They care. If you get home, you care. I don't want to watch a movie with my wife with Jordan and be like, hey, you didn't see this yet? Okay, because there's some intimate scenes she does, and I don't want to be laying there with my partner while they're getting it on.
But don't you
and
really?
Moaning.
You don't have any part of the craft that she disappears into that role.
Yeah,
that's her
right.
job.
Get real.
That's
That's
her
my
option.
main
concern. I don't want her to
Academy
disappear
Award,
into
at least
the role.
nominee. She gets so deeply into it. Sex is part of the role. Big Little Lies, that was an important part of her character. That violence with the sex. If they didn't have that, you don't
no
have that
one's
kind
saying
of a
you don't have
character.
to have it.
And
Like
who are you
she can.
screaming at?
Sorry. You get very passionate.
I'm so sorry.
No one's saying that she shouldn't be doing her craft, and she does it very well. And clearly they
Get
have.
real with that artist crap.
But I agree with Jeff that there has to be. I'm not saying that they don't have this like agreement, like okay, you do you, that's fine, but. Inside, internally, something's got to irk him.
And she feels comfortable what he does on tour. He feels comfortable with what she does.
Maybe.
And remember, she was married to Tom Cruise and had a very controlling marriage. I don't think she'd feel comfortable with someone who's a bit controlling. She broke free from that. And I think she didn't seem to me to be masking something.
And that's your house, right? That's cool in your house. In my
I didn't say it was cool in my house. I was in there.
I'm just saying, like we're talking about Nick Cannon, what's cool in his house might not be cool in my house. I'm about monogamy. I'm all for artistry, and if my wife wants to do something like that, not every. I feel like every show I see a scene with Nicole Kidman having sex.
Does every movie have to have so much sex in TV
If
series?
you just close the door and you walk in
I'm
there,
with Jeff.
you know what happens.
Are you
Right.
What are you,
You don't need to be
81?
like,
You guys
hear
sound
all
You
the
sound like
problems.
a nun right now.
Okay,
Sex sells.
I'm not going to lay in my bed and listen to my wife pant
weird.
over some other guy.
Erica, what are your thoughts on this?
I think that I really do believe that if you have a career passion, you have to be with someone who is down for that ride, no matter where that ride takes you. I think that a lot of people make that mistake of trying to get in the way of someone's entire joy and what they want their life to be. That's just a huge mistake. So I imagine that he is okay, more than okay, supportive of Nicole Kidman, because you brought up a really great point. After being in a very controlling relationship, that's it. I know I feel that way. You either in or you in the way.
Have you ever seen that picture of her and when she left the divorce attorney the day she left Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman? Google it. I promise you, it's her just going. Seriously, no, I'm not joking. She's screaming. She's so happy.
Wow.
So I don't think she would have picked someone.
Albert?
Yeah, look,
Being a comic, you've encountered this.
Yeah, well, you encounter it just in that, Erica, you were saying this thing about the person you're with not liking your career. I think when you first get with somebody, it's like, oh, Sam, you host a talk show. That's so cool. And it's cool for a second, but then you're like, hey, we have a shoot on Saturday, so I can't make it to your company picnic. Hey, I have a show Valentine's Day night, because that's when comics work. We make a lot of money on Valentine's Day. So when your career starts getting in the way, that's when you really see how they feel about your career. It's fine when the money's there, but we'll see when it gets it affects their life.
Good point.
All right, a bunch of celebrities have been speaking out about their bathing habits. Even Matthew McConaughey was called out for not wearing deodorant. And Al had something to say about it. Take a look.
You have to put deodorant on. I know we're in a polarized
I didn't
world.
think that's what you were going to say.
Left and right, red and blue.
Get ready for the cancel culture.
Anybody tries to cancel deodorant. Have you ever just not had it on for 12 hours and then you walk by and it's like you're in the Knicks locker room? It's immediate. It's so crazy. I really bathe, and if you forget deodorant, it's over.
May I remind you, if you are smelling yourself, you're the last person to be smelling yourself. Everyone else has already smelled.
That's a good point.
Who's your dream guy? Steve Guttenberg? Pick a good one.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
remember
yeah.
he wished you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Brad Pitt is my
Okay, let's
real-
go with Brad
okay.
Pitt. Would you be with Brad Pitt if he didn't shower? Or he showered, but he didn't wear deodorant and
Smells
cologne?
big for me, dude. I don't.
What if he doesn't smell? Now listen, I wear deodorant proudly, okay? I love a good
Way to take a stand on DBL.
Here we go.
That's why people tune in. So.
I love a good vanilla coconut smell. I get excited to put on my deodorant because it smells like a perfume. However, I have heard, because I also follow a lot of like natural blogs and stuff, that certain people that don't use deodorant, they stop kind of sweating and producing smelly sweat there. So maybe
So they stop having sweat glands?
No, it just doesn't like get clogged with all the toxins anymore.
Yes,
because
because the funk is constantly
clean.
coming out.
No.
Look.
What if he doesn't smell? Maybe he doesn't.
Have you
need
ever
it.
met anybody that doesn't smell after deodorant? Because I sure as heck haven't.
I don't know. I don't ask everybody every day. If
You
they're
don't have to
wearing
ask. You
deodorant.
can use your nose. They look. It does like all the natural deodorant. I'm sorry, no disrespect.
Why no
It's-
disrespect?
To anybody out there. I'm talking.
Native is a good natural deodorant. Most of them don't work, but Native
look.
works.
You know what? Every once in a while, chemicals come in real nice.
I gotta call Mr. Al out. Right after that episode, you sent me a photo. Oh, I use Native.
No, my girl uses Native, but I remember that I liked it, and my cousin, who suffered from breast cancer, sorry to get
Okay,
weird,
yeah.
she is on the natural deodorant, and she was like, it works. So-
Native works. Not all of them do.
Right, but yeah, she did the lemon with the
Native
like
is
a
such
lemon
a good
mix
one,
kind of
guys.
thing.
Hashtag not an ad. We just like it.
Yeah, 100% not an ad.
Totally hashtag.
Yeah.
All right. Well, from celebrity scents to couples who dress alike, a lot of stars like Justin and Brittany, from Brad to Gwyneth, have known that wearing matching outfits while out, I'd say our own Sam Shocker, you've been known to wear the same thing as your
No, I
mister?
don't.
Let's take a look.
No. A fashion psychologist says dressing like your partner shows you have a higher level of empathy. That's interesting, and means you are happy and content in the relationship. But it can also be unhealthy if you are just changing your style to please your partner.
You went from very happy to like, uh-oh.
Yes.
Because full transparency, we were talking about this in the break, and I said, you kind of dress like Mark. Maybe we should do this story. And you...
No, we do not dress. We have similar
You do.
style, but that's different. We have similar styles. We don't coordinate
You
outfits.
both look
said
like
you
you're
wear
about
the
to go to a
same Def
concert
Leppard
in
t-shirt.
'99.
What?
Yeah, you both are dressed like you're going to a concert in '99. Like you literally, you should have tickets to Green Day in your hand. Soundgarden.
Oh, I love Green Day. I love Soundgarden.
Yes, we can tell
But
by your.
there's a difference between coordinating outfits, like the jean dress, like we saw with Britney Spears, and the jean outfit with Justin Timberlake, and you and your partner having similar styles. Mark and I both like punk rock and metal, so yeah, we're gonna have similar styles. Doesn't mean that we coordinate. That's totally different.
Yeah, but you guys dress exactly alike.
What do you mean?
You
That's
wear each other's
different.
clothes.
You do.
You said no, and everyone in here was like, oh yeah, they totally dress, like not even a big
I
deal.
will borrow his band tees.
So yes, you do wear each other's clothes.
You don't ever wear Anthony's like oversized shirts or flannels or sweatshirts?
Be honest.
I wear some. Generally, when I wear Anthony's clothes, though, I don't go
Out to
the
dinner?
door.
Oh, wow. I can't see Erica because all this shade over here.
I'm not saying anything bad about it. I love your style. I think that your style is great. It's perfect for you. I love it. I'm just saying I don't. But I do, actually. It's funny because I do coordinate Anthony's looks.
You do?
I
For what
absolutely
he wears.
Do
but they
you
don't wear
coordinate with Jordan?
Sometimes we do look alike.
You coordinate.
We don't coordinate. Sometimes we're just like, wow, we're matching for no reason.
You guys, Sam, you're about to see some proof. Let's take a look.
Exhibit A.
Receipts?
Yep, there you go.
What?
You have the exact same pants on, the
No, we
exact same
don't.
shirt.
No, we don't.
You even almost have the same hat on, except you look like you're mining for gold. And digging up tickets to a Lollapalooza concert.
That's your proof?
That you guys dress exactly the same. You admit that you dress
We're
exactly
both
the same.
wearing black jeans and t-shirts.
Do we have another picture, please? Yes.
What?
Again, dressed exactly
No,
the
we're
same.
not.
Band tees.
Okay, that is my t-shirt that he's wearing.
I think it's cute. You guys are that similar that you can share clothes.
We share band tees, not clothes. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Not
No.
that there's anything wrong with it.
I
we
like
both
the
like
stuff
the
at Hot
same
Topic.
music.
Yeah,
Huh?
nothing.
I'm sorry, I have an issue with that. Nothing against Hot Topic, but our banties are like original from like shows we went to.
That's what everybody at Hot Topic says.
Not Albert, that's an issue with me.
I know you're legit. I know you have legitimate banties.
We've hit a nerve.
Wow. Gotta stick up for that.
We have some receipts from the booth and that?
I've earned those banties.
Oh, all right. Guess we'll have to DM the bands.
Oh my gosh. No, me at 16, like coming home late because I was going to my favorite show. Like, stop it with that face. How dare you? How dare you? When I say earned it, it means I listened to all their albums and went to their shows. Coming up on DBL. He's been in charge of protecting everyone from Michael Jackson to Kendall Jenner. Former bodyguard Simon Newton talks about what it's like keeping Hollywood's elite safe from stalkers. And we're looking back at our chat with comedian George Wallace.
Nice suit.
Bet you didn't know he was Jerry Seinfeld's roomie before they were famous. That's coming up.
Are youth football players more at risk for developing CTE? Let's verify. Our sources are an expert with the Shepherd Center, a neurologist with Morehouse School of Medicine, the CDC, and the Journal of the American Medical Association. Here's what we know. First, what is CTE? Dr. Michael Yokelson with the Shepherd Center says it's a brain disease caused by concussions. Symptoms develop over time and can be pretty serious.
They may start to have problems with cognition, so developing dementia. They can develop Parkinsonism, so movement disorders, tremors. They can develop more serious psychological or psychiatric issues.
He says any contact sport increases your child's chance of concussions and CTE. The key here is their brains are still developing.
If children begin to have concussions at an earlier age, it may have a greater, more lasting impact.
He says the younger they start, the more concussions they could have over time. A new report from the CDC finds kids in tackle football are 15 times more likely to suffer head injuries. And data from JAMA says 21% of high school football players had CTE. The tricky thing is it's hard to know if your child has it.
That's why at this time still the most reliable way to make the actual diagnosis is on autopsy.
Dr. Royal says you can reduce your child's risk by making sure they wear protective gear and getting proper treatment for any head injury. So we can verify younger kids in contact sports are at a higher risk for developing CTE. That claim is true.
Welcome back to DBL. There are few entertainers who can appeal to all ages like George Wallace can. He's beloved by many for his stand-up career, but younger fans love his tweets. Here's a look at my hilarious chat with him in this encore Chatting with the Stars. I know you can't really see him, but under all of that protective gear is the iconic comedian, one of my heroes, George Wallace, everybody. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Hello, sir.
Hello, let me take this stuff up. I'm away. You know, I'm incarcerated, right? I put on a tuxedo for you today. I know.
That's ridiculous.
By the way, your wig is a little crooked. Could you
Hold
just
on.
turn it to the side?
Hold on, there. Is that better?
They're much better.
Much better. We know that you're a stand-up legend, 4 decades under your belt. They call you the new Mr. Las Vegas for a reason. So when the pandemic hit and shows were canceled, were you doing sets for the neighbors? Like, how did you get by in those months?
I'm so blessed to have a job that I love doing, and I honor my essence. I go on stage and I let people know I love what I do, and I don't worry about the jokes. The money will come. And so at this time with the pandemic, I've been in Atlanta since March 13th. I've gained weight like everybody else, so I'm going to have those. Because I sit every morning, I'm eating combinations like I'm eating hot dogs and potato salad, Cheerios and chicken. I'm going crazy here. With the pandemic, I'm inside, but thank God I have a job that I can call people like you, thank you, and we can continue to keep people happy.
That's wonderful, and you do, sir. What I love most about your career is how you've actually stayed relevant to so many different generations. Younger kids might know you through Twitter, which is like crazy, but which is why you wrote a book, Bulltwit and Whatnot. It's like the Hall of Fame for your Twitter account, which I follow, and everyone has to. So how did you get so good at Twitter?
I'm not good at Twitter. I'm not good at all. Trust me. I just have fun with little online ramblings in my head and trying to make people pee from their eyes. That's my job.
Do you have a favorite tweet of yours that you just think stands out, that you love?
I want to shout out to you and your favorite Coke factory. Now, mine is Burlington. I love tweeting, and I just love having fun. And if you need laughter in your life, no matter what you're going through, that is my job. The book Bulltwit will make you pee in your eye, and it will also bring a little smile on your face. This is what you need in life right now. It's great readings. It's a fun laughter, and you need laughter in your life because when you stop laughing, you stop living.
I have to ask you about living with Jerry Seinfeld. When you guys were just two, Jerry Seinfeld.
He's an idiot. I'm surprised. We've been best friends for 45 years.
You guys lived together in New York City, coming up as comedians, right?
I'm actually the real George roommate, okay? I'm actually the real George. We were roommates for 13 years.
Oh my God, what was that like?
Did you know that? I was best man in his wedding. I'm the father of his kids. Let me tell you, of all the people to have as your friend, I got the richest comedian in the world. My best friend. He's so rich, his house is so big, when you press in the security code at the gate, Waze is still giving you directions to the house. And I was playing ping pong last time I was in New York with a ping pong. And eventually when you play ping pong, the ball goes off the table into another room or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to get the ball. He don't go get it. He turns around. He's got a crystal bowl with 200 ping pong balls in it. Something is going on at this house. I don't know what these rich people are doing. I woke up one morning, I went to pee. I came back, my bed was made up, and there was a chocolate on my pillow. Wonderful friend.
Wow.
Jerome Seinfeld.
Jerome
you call him Jerry,
Seinfeld.
I call him Jerome.
It has been such an honor to talk with you. Please follow George Wallace. You are missing out if you're not at Mr.
You said
George
nothing
Wallace.
about my Christmas tree back there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It looks so festive, and it's still up, huh?
It's been up since 2018.
That's not right. That's not right.
I'm not going to take that tree down.
Also head to his website, guys. It's georgewallace.net to buy his book, Bulltwit and Whatnot. By the way, whatnot is a great word. I'm a lover of words. So, sir, it's been a whatnot conversation with you. I'll never forget. We'll be right back.
Now, that's a lot of bulltwit.
Pandemic unemployment benefits are coming to an end, but will that lead to more people in the workforce? Let's connect the dots. The extra $300 on weekly unemployment checks ends this Saturday. Many companies are still struggling to hire new employees. Officials hope slashing those benefits will push more people back into the workforce, but so far that hasn't been the case. 26 states, including South Carolina, have already ended unemployment benefits. While they did see a slight uptick in new hires, researchers from Harvard and Columbia say it was not the boom they were expecting. In fact, 7 out of 8 people who lost their benefits did not find work, and slashing those benefits early may have hurt local economies. Without that extra boost, unemployed workers simply spent less money. Experts are still trying to figure out why people aren't getting back to work, but they say the $300 checks are a very small part of the big picture. And that's connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. For many A-list stars, the price of fame includes superfans and stalkers. So we look back at our chat with ex-bodyguard Simon Newton, who shared details about the supermodels and pop stars he once protected in today's DBL Spotlight.
Simon, welcome to DBL. Although you have caught the acting bug, you've worked closely with some of the biggest stars as a bodyguard. Now, Michael Jackson was your first celebrity client, so I want to know, what were you doing before you got that call?
Going back a little bit, I was in the military, British Army, but I was already working as a bodyguard in the Middle East at the time for American Oil Company and then a little bit for the British government, and around that time is when I got the call for Michael Jackson.
During the time you worked for the King of Pop, he covered his children's faces to protect them. How did that affect your job?
It didn't affect it massively, but I think as the children got older, it made it a lot harder for the security teams because when they covered the face, everyone wanted that first photo, and I think that everybody knew at some stage they was going to get one. It kind of did draw a lot more attention to the children. Obviously, Michael did that to them pretty much from birth, really, so no one ever got to see their faces at all. I did that job in 2006, so they were still quite young then, so photographs were still very sought after.
All right, you said the greatest threat to celebrities are actually stalkers. And I want to know, how do you spot the difference between just like a super fan and a dangerous stalker?
Normally, unfortunately, with stalkers, mental health's often connected with it. But I think super fans are all T-shirts, balloons, nice gifts, and they're just kind of always there. Whereas stalkers, obviously, they're there all the time. Sometimes the gifts aren't so nice. They also often seem to have some sort of, or believe they have some sort of physical attachment, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, married, brother, sister, or maybe went to school together. They always seem to have that some sort of physical attachment.
What's the most dangerous place as a bodyguard for you to be in? Is it that situation where you're going from like the concert venue to the car?
Yeah, is it like a walk-up?
Yeah, is it like an outdoor situation, or is it like you trying to get to the elevator and it's an enclosed situation?
Normally, the most vulnerable points are from leaving a place to the vehicle or leaving the vehicle to go into a place. And obviously we try and minimise that risk, so if we can go back of house or to an underground car park and cut that out, we will.
I have to have a back door for everywhere I go with so many fans, just so many.
There was one guy.
There was one man.
And
it was my dad.
He was just parking next to you. He didn't know who you were.
Other than Michael Jackson, what celebrity client presented you with the greatest challenge?
Good question.
Probably Kendall Jenner or Bella Hadid, mainly because of their sort of model presence. They're very, I mean, the pair of them are probably some of the most packed models today.
It's weird because you think of the Jenners really specifically and the Kardashians, and there's a magnetic sense of just people come from everywhere for those people just for the Instagram pic. Am I right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not just, I mean, some people are not even sure
who they are,
you know, what it is or what they do, but they just see them on social media, so they know. But you know, there's loads of different ways you can know celebrities these days other than seeing them for actually the thing they do now.
All right, so before we go, we got to ask a speed round of questions and have you quickly answer. All right, with the name of a former celebrity client. Are you ready? Who is the nicest celebrity you worked with?
Bella Hadid.
Bella Hadid, that's good to hear.
Well, this is speed, so that means you can't have commentary after every answer he gets.
Go.
Who was the biggest diva?
Biggest Naomi Campbell.
Who smells the best, without thinking about it?
That's a tough one. I've never really been on a job where I felt like I needed to start sniffing the people I was looking after.
Simon, thank you so much for joining us. We'll also keep an eye out for you on the big screen. Keep us posted. We'll be right back.
Question: are at-home COVID tests a reliable way to determine whether you've been infected? Let's verify. Our sources: family physician Dr. Carla Robinson, and information from 3 common at-home tests found in stores: Abbott BioNex Now, Illum COVID-19 home test, and Cadell QuickView. All 3 at-home tests have received emergency use authorization from the FDA, meaning they are not fully approved yet, and all are nasal swabs with test results in about 10 to 15 minutes. Clinical studies for Abbott Bionex now shows the test is about 84% accurate at detecting positive cases and 98% accurate at detecting negative cases. Meanwhile, clinical studies for Illume COVID-19 home test showed 96% accuracy for those who had symptoms and 91% accuracy for people who did not have symptoms. Finally, Qdel QuickView totes an 83% accuracy for detecting positive cases and 99% accuracy detecting negative cases, according to a clinical study.
Type of patient to use this test would be someone who's symptomatic. Those who are asymptomatic and just may have been exposed, there may be a lot more variability there.
Dr. Carla Robinson says these tests are fairly accurate. However, the most reliable test is a PCR test administered by a medical professional where the swabs are sent to a lab for analysis.
PCR is the gold standard type of test that we have for COVID-19, which is the most reliable and the one that's used most often in the hospital or clinic setting.
Either way, Dr. Robinson says it's important once you get results from any of these tests to speak with a healthcare provider for the next steps. So we can verify that, yes, at-home tests have a high degree of accuracy, but they're not perfect. And Dr. Robinson stresses that the result itself isn't the end game. People should always speak with a healthcare provider after getting their results back.
These at-home tests range from $20 to about $40. Dr. Robinson says the best way to get answers you can count on is to go to your doctor. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Welcome back to DBL. We love hearing from our viewers, and we've got a few more questions from them about us. So Erica, Lori writes, what do you prefer, Bloody Marys or mimosas, and why?
Ooh, Lori, that is a tough one. I'm going to have to go with the mimosa because the mimosa doesn't necessarily mean orange juice, and you can diversify. And Bloody Marys are pretty thick, and unless there's an actual little sidecar like a Old Style or a Miller Lite, my husband makes fun of my Chicago accent, then I can only have half of a Bloody Mary.
Oh, nice. All right. And there was a question for me. I think it said, how did you break into television?
10 seconds left.
As a PA for Judge Judy. Yay! Yay! Every day. We'll see you same time, same place. Bye, guys.
We have to do a home run.